both sides of that. They're finding groceries more expensive. At the same time, if they can find a place to rent, they're paying a huge amount of money for that every month. And then those who are looking for houses can't afford them. And those who are in houses often can't afford them either, meaning that their mortgage payments have gone up to such an extent that they can't go up. I was actually just talking to a local resident just a couple weeks ago, and their mortgage went up from a little over $2,000 a month to $8,000 a month. And so they made a decision. They had to sell, right? Like it's $96,000 a year, he told me. And he said, well, that just didn't make financial sense, and they could barely hang on at that amount, but just barely, and then decided paying 96,000, nearly $100,000 a year. The vast majority of it being interest, just did not make sense for them. So we're looking for some relief on housing. We're looking for some relief for a path back to the balanced budget. We're looking for basically what the people of Northumberland, Peterborough South are looking for, which is some relief from the affordability crisis. What we actually expect to get, I think that unfortunately this government's track record is pretty far from that. The good news is, from what I'm hearing anyways, is that revenue is up. The government's profiting from inflation. So you'll hear my NDP friends talk about greedflation. And of course, that probably exists at least to some extent, of companies using inflation as an excuse to raise their prices. I mean, their costs are going up too, in fairness. But the one institution, the one organization that's profited the most from inflation is the federal government. And so the good news is that, to a certain extent, at least from a budgetary perspective, is that we have more money. So I actually expect the deficit not to be as bad. Not because this government can control spending, because they can't, but because Canadians are being asked to pay more and more.